This is the Lenderblock podcast.
Hey everybody.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? Shit, so you already know we're in Miami right now. We're doing our whole vlog thing. The whole purpose of this trip is to spread the word for the Blender platform and the partner platform to as many new people as possible. And it's a great place to do it. We work hard, and why not come to a place like Miami and get some sun, some beautiful weather, some beach. So that's why we're here. We've been to University of Miami.
University of Miami, we've been a lot of places.
Everyone, can I get your attention real quickly? I'm going to you about my app called the Blender Platform. My company's called Lenderblock Corporation. We're based at Great Soft. These apps, the Blender Platform, allows you to lend and borrow peer-to-peer without having a FICO credit score. You can choose your own interest rate and minimum monthly payment with your credit line. And when you do this, you put it out on the dashboard where other members can choose to lend to your credit line. Double-sided flyer.
So it's like social media?
Well, it's basically like peer-to-peer lending and borrowing through a social media-based app, pretty much. We also introduced staking, where you can stake collateral when you borrow a credit limit. You increase your credit limit, you receive basically up to 1.25%.
Yeah, but like not like this level. This is
You can lend, borrow, and stake, taking the bank out of the process completely and trying to build an inter-peer finance system. We have just over 3,000 users right now, unique build accounts, so we're trying to grow organically.
You created this app?
Yeah, I made it in undergrad. Yeah.
This is genius.
Thanks.
This is really smart.
Yeah, so humans been doing that for a long time, but it's just the app, you know.
Wow.
Automated. Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, my name's Mike. The company's called Lenderblock Corporation. Yeah. Michael plays for my app.
Okay.
You can also lend to other people. Every lender contribution is secured by collateral. You can also stake on the platform.
Yep.
You just apply to so staking is on there. Stake, lend, and borrow. Peer-to-peer lending and borrow.
Oh, really?
Blender. The company's called Blender.
Yep. Stakers receive commission, fractional commission.
Like young people build credit and stuff. Is that
So this is actually independent of FICO credit scores altogether. What we're doing this for is to enable an alternative to over-leveraged financial institutions. We want to create an economy of lending and borrowing with people where banks really don't need to be involved. We can stake and earn commission, fractional commission.
So like we just all in that motherfucker in the mix.
That's it, right? Money. Peer-to-peer lending app. Check it out, brother.
Oh yeah, we did a great job at University of Miami. The people, the students were so receptive. That's the best feeling when you're telling people about the Blender platform and they're actually receptive and they love it and they're amazed by the idea. The partner platform too. So it's been great. Also, being on the beach in South Beach, everyone's been loving it too. You're gonna see how we did a little. We had like a game set up, a cornhole, and we were telling people about the apps. And we were giving out free merchandise as well for people who signed up, and also even got a couple consecutive holes in the cornhole. So.
Is that first try? First try?
On the first try. Hey, we're at it. Yeah.
Oh, real good. Whoa.
Essentially, we're doing a peer-to-peer thing, taking the bank out of it, insurance interest rate limit, that the payment is lower, get that credit line on the dashboard, the members can link to it, and not okay credit. We go completely outside of the FICO credit system altogether, so you don't even need to use collateral. So stakers actually stake the collateral in borrowers' credit lines to increase their credit limit, and they earn commissions on every transaction at this point. So it's just like a lending, borrowing, staking thing, all without the bank being involved.
Oh, she made it.
But this app, another platform is gonna like anything borrow, fill here. You can choose your interest rate minimum monthly payment, build on blockchain. One more. We want to see a deal with low FICO, with an equity ratio. This you can have your own credit line, you can choose your own interest rate, minimum monthly payment, put it up on the dashboard, and then other members can choose to lend to you. They're receiving your monthly payment. Talk about what this main thing is about watching plays. This whole thing is about the other platform. It's going to add
She made it. Hey, you made it? Yeah, I got it. I got it. What did it do? I seen it.
It went through a hole.
All right, you got it.
One more. Money. Ooh.
Peer-to-peer, you can create your own credit line, you choose your own interest rate and minimum monthly payment, and put that out on the dashboard, and other members can choose to lend to you, and they'll earn the payments that the bank would normally receive from you. There's also staking. Yeah, they're both on the App Store right now, so you can take one if you want, but let's get a photo to give you a hat too. You want to fuck it?
Oh.
So it's nothing wrong with peer-to-peer by my software. Blockchain by software allows you, basically the whole mission is to alleviate FICO credit issues that our communities face. So without FICO, you can create your own credit line, choose your own interest rate, minimum monthly payment.
Do you have more of these, or is this?
Of course, yeah, we have more of them. Yeah. So you can lend to people, you can borrow as a borrower, and you can stake to earn commission.
Can I get that?
I'm sorry.
So I have a friend.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Bad, brother. Man, like money, man.
Oh, okay.
Who made it? Somebody made it?
Yes, it did. Oh, I suck. Let me center myself. Don't overthrow it.
Oh, there it is.
You're probably next one, right? Yeah, it fits you. Look, if you just listen to my spiel. The Blender platform is an app that allows you to lend and borrow. But if I miss volleyball, I make these apps. It's actually on the App Store. We have 3,000 unique phone accounts. And I took a trip down here from Baltimore just to try to expand a bit more. We're making content, blog, share it with people. What's your name, by the way?
My name is Makaya.
Lenderblock Corporation. We make software, so we're a software development firm. We have two main apps, the Blender platform and the partner platform. The Blender platform allows you to lend and borrow peer-to-peer without having a FICO credit score. So all you need to do is put forth your own interest rate and minimum monthly payment, and other members can now lend to you to earn interest compounding payments from you, the borrower. You can also be a lender to other members too, but the whole protection aspect or the insurance aspect is done through collateral. So we recently included stakers, or the ability for you to stake money in someone else's credit line, and you increase their credit limit by providing collateral, and then you also will receive commissions from every transaction that takes place in that credit line. So we have lending, we have borrowing, we have staking. These are the three means that you can interact transactionally with the app, the Blender platform. The partner platform is a sibling to the Blender platform that came out around 2.5 years later. This is like a popularization or a modernization really of practices like susu, tanda, juntas, cuchubales, panderos, partner. I've heard it called by names in Asia as well, hui or HUI, and I think it's South Korea, and it's a global phenomenon by which people contribute to what we call a partnership, and they contribute a fixed amount on a set basis or a cyclical basis, and they receive rotational turns to withdraw the sum of that pool. The benefit really comes in when you have an unforeseen expense, and let's say in 2 weeks you have to pay a bill that you didn't see coming. Well, you can ask the manager of the partnership to front your turn and speed it up, so you can swap turns with other members. But the whole deal is it's a community or social insurance savings platform, partner platform. So these partnerships are allowing people to save in their families, in their church congregations, in their after school communities as well. So we're trying to expand this one as well. But this came out, the partner platform came out October 2022. So that's last year, October. The Blender platform came out in March of 2020. So the Blender platform has had a lot more time to grow. Right now though, across these two apps, we have a total of around 3,500 users. So it's growing really quickly, and I can't complain. I'd love to be at over 5,000 by the end of this summer, 2023. I think it's feasible. However, it's going to require an increase in our user acquisition, which I think was really doable with our new focus on social media, content creation, YouTube, vlogs. I think we'll get there. So 5,000 by the end of this summer. Let's get there.
And you out.
I don't want to go back there. This Miami is home. The Lenderblock
We also have a new addition to the team. Our lovely buns.
Yep. Came along. Blessed us with their presence.
Anything to say? Not right now.
Presence enough.
Okay.
Words would be extra.
Anything, Mike?
I'm ready to eat. I'm starving.
We out here, what's this, day 4?
Yes, sir.
Dragon, come and get something to eat real quick, hit the beach, chill out, podcast tonight. We outside.
Yes, sir. Nighttime podcast.
Nighttime podcast, something different for y'all. Stay tuned. Not enough food.
I told her.
It's not enough food.
Literally said Spanish.
Low ass pasta dinner.
Really not what he said in Spanish.
I literally did.
Give me the smallest ass entree with them low ass olives. Fuck out of here. A little martini drink. Use a.
What is that? You got water?
It's a martini. He
They got the wings. Now my shit look good as a bitch. Pasta ravioli. They look good. How y'all feeling? Everybody give a little update. How y'all feeling, yo?
Todo bien.
Good. Kay, how you feeling?
Can't complain.
Can't complain. How you feeling, look? Hey.
Buns.
Fine, how you feeling? Hey. I think they don't feel like walking around for real. Oh, present shit they getting that weak ass festival. It's like, no, it must be somebody big. There you go. There you go. They ready to start the brawling out there. How y'all feel about this, yo?
What the fuck is going on? That's
How y'all feel about this, yeah?
So this week we're going to be releasing the vlog. Right now it's Monday. This is Monday, May 8th. So by the time the end of this week comes, you'll see that vlog for y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. We actually might put out a podcast separate from the vlog and include some pieces of this podcast in the vlog too. The vlog's going to show you all the interactions that we've been having with people, the content we've been creating, some of the funny aspects of our trip. Let you see a bit more the personable side of what we've done. You know, you're a part of this. Like, you are a part of Lenderblock Corporation. You are a part of our family, our group. So we want you guys to, you know, enjoy all the content. We're really making this for y'all. Couple news announcements I gotta make for the Blender platform. So once again, we need to increase our rate of user acquisition. I want to have 5,000 uniquely owned accounts for the Blender and partner platforms combined by the end of summer 2023. So that's going to require us to sign up more quickly. Tell your friends more expeditiously. You shouldn't be waiting until you should be telling all your friends about Blender, right? Tell them, share it, share the app, get them to download it. It's going to help you, it's going to help them. And this is a startup that's going to change the world. So be a part of that right now. All right, we need more members to create credit lines on the Blender platform also. Let me explain this. When you create a credit line on the Blender platform, you're enabling many other people to now form new transactions. Okay, your credit line can now be lent to by all of our 3,000 members as lenders. They now can receive staking contributions from our 3,000 members as stakers, and now you can receive free credit without having to go through a FICO credit system. A lot of things are changing in this country, and I think it's pretty wise for us to diversify, start using our technology in innovative ways that solve problems that may come in the future. As we're seeing a lot of economic destabilization across the world, things changing, it's pretty wise for us to start using blockchain technologies as we have mastered to start leveraging and providing more economic opportunities for those who need credit. And that's everyone. If you have a small business, a family, you have responsibilities for some congregation, you need credit. All right, so this is access to that credit, access to return on investment, and access to passive income for all people. Begin staking, guys. Staking was released on the Blender platform around, I say, 1 month ago. I put that out there because I want people to have higher credit limits. We need higher credit limits on the Blender platform. This is going to be done by people who want to contribute staked collateral into credit lines and receive the transactional commissions that we give out. So we earn transactional commissions for every transaction. As a staker, we give you up to 25% of our total transactional revenue. It's split among all the stakers in a particular credit line. However, stakers do literally earn a quarter of the commissions that we receive for our profit from every credit line. That's how we make money. That's like, we are highly incentivizing you to become a staker. It's very important for our business, and therefore we're giving you a really good reward for staking. It is, you're putting money into an individual's account. You are completely autonomous and aware of who you're funding. You're choosing how much to fund. It's not like we're acting like a broker. You're giving us funds and we're lending it out and giving you commissions of whatever we've earned from our investment across various markets. We're allowing you to invest yourself in our market. So you're acting literally a bit more autonomously than you would on other platforms, but that's the power. We're giving you the power to make these choices, and with the tricameral system of balance that we have with lending, borrowing, and staking, all depending upon one another equally, we really think it's going to be a good addition to the platform. So we want you guys to stake, and we're giving you a high incentive to stake. Make sure you do that for that 25% of total transactional commissions being shared with you. Okay? Next thing I want to get into is the partner platform. The partner platform, of course, is the sibling to the Blender platform. Been doing very well, although it's very new. I have a lot of members actually sending me emails here and there. Like, it's a new app, so people aren't always as aware of what it's even doing. But once they get it, they start inviting their friends in. I've been giving consultations to people who have wanted them. So you guys can hit me up if you happen to find my email. I won't give it out so I don't get 1,000 emails, but I'm open to helping you guys out. DM us on Instagram as well, Lenderblock Corp. Send us messages under videos. Interact with us. We're doing all this content so that way you can contact us. You shouldn't feel like we're out of reach or bigger than life. We are normal guys, and we're pushing this mission forward because it's good for the world. We need a more decentralized form of credit. Not everything can go through a handful of financial institutions that have all the leverage. So some more stuff is going on around the world. I want to touch on that. Some current events are always good to touch on. I chose mostly current events that I thought pertain to what we have going on here at Lenderblock Corporation. So I think a really cool thing to talk about, important thing to talk about, somewhat worrying thing to talk about, U.S. versus China war for global influence. Now I was talking about this a little earlier, is that there's a global war going on for the U.S. versus China influence of global trade. And it all has to do with what currency is used as the means for the intermediary, means for transacting between nations. So a lot of times if I were buying, as some third world country, if I'm buying goods from a first world country, that transaction would be forced to take place in US dollars, because we've agreed, as many Western nations have agreed, that US dollars are going to be the standard of commerce, of transactions. What's changing now is that China has been, over the past decade, has been doing a lot of infrastructure projects in small developing nations, as well as taking advantage of US instability, especially with the recent war in Ukraine kicking off around a year and a half ago. It's really causing a lot of instability. And now you see is China, Russia, and Saudi Arabia are really becoming really powerful nations, along with India as well. But specifically Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia are all really together, and they're using Chinese yuan to conduct transactions, pretty much excluding the US dollar from the transaction altogether. I mean, this is like buying huge commodities, grain, food supplies, oil is the big one. Infrastructure projects are now being funded by Chinese yuan, and this is a big shift from in the past where, like I said, every transaction cross-border was typically done in U.S. dollars. That was seen as the most standard and stable means of currency to use. It's scary because the value of our U.S. dollar and our economy is highly predicated upon other countries using our dollar to conduct transactions, even if that transaction doesn't go directly through the U.S. economy. That keeps the U.S. dollar at its value. If we're now shifting to the yuan being used without the U.S. dollar taking any part in the transaction, that is a very worrying reality that we have to now, become accustomed to. Here are some stats. The yuan is the most widely used currency in China right now for cross-border transactions, which overtook the dollar for the first time last month. So the Chinese yuan rose to a record of $549.9 billion in transactions just in March alone. And that came from a lower value of $434.5 billion a month earlier. So from February to March of this year, we've seen over a $100 billion increase in transactional volume taking place via cross-border transactions being done in Chinese yuan rather than being done in U.S. dollars. So that's a pretty steep slope. So you're seeing that it's concerning, right?
A little concerning. I've been looking at just like the different opportunities that are probably happening like those developed countries or like underdeveloped countries, So
the infrastructure projects.
Yeah, the opportunities there. Whether it mean, hey, we might get, not forced out, but being able to invest in those developing markets.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna have to be the way that how many of us are gonna have to invest now, because I don't know how much growth you can expect from the U.S. economy now and going forward,
especially with the recession that we're dealing with too.
Have they declared a recession yet?
I think most economists are saying that we can't even avoid the recession. It's just coming. We're just trying to make it a soft landing. It's on that. So how do you guys feel about change that we're seeing? It's inevitable. It seems like we're dealing with a shift in global power. How do you guys feel about that? It happens every couple generations, and it seems like it's happening in ours. So, kind of got to be not used to it, but you got to be prepared and just think ahead. Even Citigroup and Goldman Sachs have predicted that by 2030, the yuan will become the third most widely used currency in international payments, not just through China, which is huge by itself, but in general. So I think the U.S. will still have it. We're not going anywhere, guys. But when you start to see trends shift in the direction that's not favorable, it's pretty important to notice it, comment on it, and try to come up with some plans to kind of curb that. So even in the U.S. right now, I think some of these issues are being worsened by some of the poor relations that I think, for example, Joe Biden's administration has poor relations with China and Russia and Saudi Arabia. But I've always seen during Trump's administration that there was a much closer cooperation with countries like Saudi Arabia, who Trump took a trip to, and although they may have boosted his ego up a bit by giving him a grand ovation and entrance and may have played with his head a bit, it showed relation. Russia as well. I saw somewhat of a respect or some type of camaraderie between Donald Trump's administration and, Putin's regime. There's a name for that, right? The Russian, the Kremlin, in the Kremlin. And also in China, I saw President Xi getting along greatly with Donald Trump. I never see these types of interactions happening with Joe Biden's administration, which is worrying. Because if there's not communication and there's not a form of respect shared from our administration to theirs, it shows that they're not thinking of including us in their growth plans. So we have to maintain good relations with the new kids on the block. Otherwise, as they grow over the next 50 years, we'll find ourselves out of the loop. We have to be the friend to them in the West that can grow with them and benefit, and continue to maintain our own strength and our own superiority as the United States of America. Now look, I am pro-America because I live here. Okay, I also think that America is actually a pretty good place to live. I think if you go to other places in the world, you typically find that America is pretty darn nice. Depends on what you want, of course, but you end up finding that America is a pretty nice place, despite all the, the countering evidence that you may find as an American living here. You realize it's actually a very nice place to be. So I want to see America do well, and I think things like the Blender platform, we need to start diversifying the way that we as human beings, individuals in America, conduct business. Because one thing is, if the people in America are destitute, have no access to funds, or have no spending power, and of course have no access to credit, because our economy is becoming weakened and weakened, then we're going to need some decentralized means to provide those same assets, those same accesses to credit. We have to do that through technology. We have to do that through blockchain, through applications, through socially engineered platforms that can provide that same access. That way, when our economy does struggle, which it will, which we've seen it will, we have some means of protecting ourselves from the worst of the fallout. As we grow, you will see that we do actually provide that safety net. It may not be evident at the moment with our 3,500 users, but it's coming. We're going to be the support that the country needs in the time of need when our economy is failing. That's what I see. A little more about Lenderblock Corporation, guys. Once again, we're a software development firm fresh out of Baltimore, Maryland. That's where we're all from. We make content to support the growth and marketing of our applications, and we'd love if you subscribe right now. We're in Miami. We took a trip. Of course, you see I got a little bit darker, but I'm already a dark-skinned man, so it's hard to tell, but it's been beautiful. I've gotten my sun, I've gotten my seawater, I've gotten my great vibes, my food. I mean, I can't complain. So we're going to be doing more trips like this. We'd love if y'all support. Show that you love this video so we can do more of them. And let's build this thing up. Lenderblock ecosystems to the top, Blender platform to the top, the partner platform to the top, Lenderblock Corp to the top. Power to your wallet. Let's go.
So relaxing.
Estes, los dos. This side. You can check it out. Didn't want to bore you during the call, but. ¿Tú desarrollas aplicaciones app? Sí. Yo hice los dos. Yo no te voy a llamar. ¿Sí? Porque estoy haciendo algo.
That's good. All right, let's go.